Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here tonight. It is about, everything's going faster. Let's get back to the top here. All right, let's get back to the top. Sorry about that, everyone. All right, let's get to the top here. Thank you for everyone joining us tonight. I will be your lecturer for this evening. My name is Professor Gondwa, Jonathan Gondwa. I'm also joined by Jeremiah Moore, Justin Hardy, and William Goodman, who are also helping me as they're all here on the chat. So as we go through our lecture tonight, feel free to ask any questions. I will try to answer them, but if I cannot, Jeremiah, Justin, or William will get to them, and they'll be here to answer any questions you have, if you have them as well, individually. So, and I'm going to show you how to do that as well, too, if you're wondering, oh, hey, how do I even do that? What is this new fandangle thing called our go-to training session? So I'll show you a little bit of that as well. But I just definitely want to thank all of you for coming for our first session of this month. And thank you all for starting your journey here at the LA Film School. It is a pleasure to have you. We are so glad we have you. And we hope just the most success for you. And we're so excited to have you this month. And as you can't tell, I'm excited. I know I can speak fast sometimes, so if I'm speaking too fast at any point, just please let me know. But I will tell corny jokes. I will laugh at myself. You cannot ask me to stop that. I will keep doing that. Okay, so there's example one for you, corny jokes. But again, as we go through and move forward, any questions that you have, feel free to enter it in the chat box, and I'll be happy to answer it for you. So let's look at what we're doing tonight. See if it wants to work with me. So for tonight's session, what we're going to be covering is, of course, what our go-to training sessions are. What is this digital literacy course that you're in? What? Tips for succeeding in the course. We're going to go over our week one discussion post, and then we're going to go a little bit more about personal branding and what you have to do for your assignment this week. Woo! Look at this. I am so excited and pumped to get it started. All right, so first thing you want to do is just go over a little bit of the go-to training panel that you're seeing right now as you're with us. Definitely the first thing I want to say, that little chat box that you see there, and some of you are already chatting. And if you see that box below where it says all entire audience or organizers only, basically what you can do there is, again, as it's defaulting to entire audience, when you type a message, it will go to everyone. Everybody can see it, all your classmates and myself. The organizers only, that's all of your professors or instructors. If you need to ask just us a question, you can do the drop-down box and ask us individually. You ask just all the teachers together and we'll answer. Or when you hit that drop-down box, you actually see a list of names, and you'll see our names right next to organizer. You see Jeremiah Moore, Justin Hardy, and everything. If you click that, you can send either one of us a private message as well. So for the most part, that's really what you're going to be using for our go-to training sessions, to really communicate and talk with us, and to talk with also your classmates as well. So I really like how everyone was already out there, feeling excited to be here, talking to each other. Feel free to do that as we go on as well. Don't feel that you have to just stop talking. Definitely keep it to what we're doing, right? So we definitely want to keep it to what we're doing, okay? So, but again, that's just the main thing that we'll be using. Everything else that you see, you don't really have to worry about. In attendance, you'll just see who's here, right? Okay. And if you've got no questions about that, I'm going to move forward. So I think we all got how to speak to each other on here, but if you do have a question, just message us and we'll let you know. All right. So that is how to use the go-to training. You already know how to get here because you are here. So the first thing we want to do, and this is a great chance for you to try to use that chat box, is I want you to tell me what you think digital literacy is. So put it in the chat box. And again, if you've read, that's cool. If you haven't read, just whatever you think it is, don't be shy. Because all of you have great knowledge and we want to share it with everyone else. So definitely. Come on, I need someone here. I know someone knows. All right, Andrew, thank you, sir, for being the first. So according to Andrew, digital literacy is a trail of data left online by an individual. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Any others? Oh, Alberto, in a nutshell, being able to perform digital tasks PC, internet, and social media. Yes, yes, good, good. Andrew, you got it. Alberto got it. Any more? Any more? Let me get one more. Someone else, one more person. All right, Rick says knowledge of digital devices, and Chris says how to communicate proficiently digitally. That is true. Diego, oh, everything's coming in now. Being able to use and understand the tools available online, true. Greg, the ability to use and evaluate digital info. Samantha, digital literacy is the ability to find, evaluate, utilize, share, and create content using information technologies and the internet. And Alvin, being able to utilize digital tools. Rowan, possess a wide variety of formats. All of those are very much true. And Torin, fluently use the standard tools in the industry. Look at all of you. I am so proud. At first, no one wanted to speak, but now definitely you're all there and telling me all of these great things. And Willie, the knowledge of web tools. That is correct. All righty. So what we, and definitely you guys hit on all of it and got it right, but what we, oh, whoa, my computer is going crazy today. Sorry about that. Okay, let's try that again. Don't worry about being a slow typer, Greg. That's why I was given time, and that's why I have those silence. You don't have to worry about it. All right, so what we define digital literacy as is involves more than just knowing how to use a computer or the internet. It is knowing and learning your software, which everyone mentioned, being internet savvy, which a lot of you mentioned, conducting proper research, doing excellent communication practices, creating a professional online presence. And all of you definitely have had that thinking right there, right? So you could see everyone here as well, as you're reading what all of your peers did say, all right, all your fellow students, all of you have a really good grasp of what digital literacy is. So this whole course, that's what we're gonna be doing for you. We're gonna teach you how to learn new softwares, right? Become internet savvy, how to conduct research, working in communication practices digitally, and creating a professional online presence. So that's what you're going to be doing here for this whole month. And Jamisha, sorry if I'm butchering your name, digital literacy is when you're able to evaluate and share content using digital techniques. Yes, true, true, true. So all great. I am so glad you guys got that great grasp on it, and I know you're going to be such a good group of students this month. I'm pumped. You're pumped. This is what we're doing this month. So let's get into a little more of it, right? So this is what you're going to be learning this month, but we want to show you how to succeed this month as well, right? So the number one tip we're going to tell you, and this is for this course and for the rest of your LA Film School experience, please, please, please check your email at least twice a day. Be sure to keep your email messages professional and proactive. What do we mean by that? Being proactive, if you have questions, definitely ask us. Definitely check your email. Do not wait, because your email and your messaging on our LMS, your class page, is going to be the most important way that we reach out and contact you. So if we're trying to contact you for your assignments, if you missed something, if we want you to correct something, we're going to be doing that on your email. Your supervisors as well. Everyone's going to be trying to reach out to you. So if you're not checking it, then you're just going to be missing out on information we're trying to give you, and you may miss deadlines or anything else. So definitely, please check your email, right? And then when you're asking people, be professional in your emails. And again, be proactive with taking that initiative to message people, even if you don't hear back in a certain amount of time. We should say 24 hours when you message anyone to message you back, but definitely be proactive, check your messages, definitely email us. Don't wait for us to email you. If you're missing something, definitely come to us, right? Or if you need something, or if you have any questions. So number one most important thing, check, check, check. Check your messages, check your email, check your class pages. You will do so much better for your whole career if you do that, right? So also, our comments and feedback on your discussion assignments are to help you succeed in the course. I, Jeremiah, Justin, William, none of us want to fail you. We want you to succeed, right? So we give you feedback or anything just to help you, right? To help you move forward and to help you do better in the assignments, all right? So we're all here for you. So definitely Just know that our feedback on your discussion or assignments are there to help you. So even if you think it's too harsh or anything else, please talk to us because we're there to help you succeed and get better for your next course, right? And if you have technical issues, we do have support, right? And you could check like, oh, how do I do that? Well, let's do that. Let's check the how to get support activity that we have on our class page. So this is our class, woo! Mine's gonna look a little different from yours, may have a little different stuff, but here you go. As always, we got that welcome message. I hope you saw that. Our syllabus, class resources, right? Go to training info and recordings, which you all went to as well, because I know you're here, and how to get support. So we're gonna click on that one, because that's right there under your getting started. So the first thing you see, and right there, you're gonna see this lovely PDF file that when you click, will give you information, right? All our support information. It gives you our online support and technical support, their toll-free number, when they're available, right? What they can assist with and not assist with as well. And also, very important, what it has here is it has your student advisors over here in this corner. So we have Robert, Nicholas, and Natasha here for you. And if you look here, depending on what your last name begins with, right, A through F, O through R, Robert, G through N, Nicholas, S through Z is Natasha. They'll definitely be there to help you all the time. So if you ever know that you, like, I need my advisor, I need technical support for computer problems, right here, bam, how to get support, right? We have that nice, I know mine opens to a new tab, but we have that nice way to get support. You're going to see those downloads. And when you click that PDF again, it gives you that information for you. So definitely one place that you want to search is how to get support when you have questions. We have these for you. It is great because we have things like our class resources, which since we're here, I'll just show you now. Our class resources will, sorry. Again, mine looks a little different when I do this. When you click on it, this is what you see. But you'll see how-to guides on different things like how to screenshot on a PC or a Mac, how to compress a file, tutorial videos from your orientation. We have those resources there and for you available. Your student manual, your online handbook. So definitely the first thing under the getting started guide is definitely there just for your information, how you can get support, and whether it's technical, your online advisors, class resources that we have, and information that you just need to get through the course. So that's always there. So one stop to just look. So even sometimes, like I said, we have a 24-hour turnaround time when you message us. We do it sooner, but you need to give us up 24 hours. Sometimes we may direct you to some of these resources, so check on it first, just if you have some questions, as they may answer for you already, right? So cool. We saw our getting started guide, and we saw how to get support, right? So let's give you some more tips for success, right? Oh, great one. Be sure to read all instruction PDFs and rubrics. Read them, read them, read them. For every assignment, every discussion, we are not trying to trick you or anything. Everything that we ask for will be in the instructions. Everything, everything. We're going to give you everything that we need, and we're going to refer back to it saying, hey, in the PDF instructions and rubrics, this is what we asked for. It's right there. So everything's there. And just so you know, all your discussion posts, your initial posts, which mean your first posts, are due Wednesday by 11:59 p.m. Pacific time. And your response posts are due Sunday of each week. But as always, try to visit discussion boards each day, because and we'll go to more in your discussion boards when we get to that part. You're going to be doing a conversation, so you want to, make sure you're responding back to your classmates. And as always, keep your posts and responses constructive. So we're not there to tear people down. We're there to say good things about them and help them with feedback and help move conversations forward, right? But great point. Read all your instructions. Know when your stuff is due. All right. This is an example of a rubric, and I just want to show you the rubric because we'll go over instructions and see it. But every single assignment that you get from us and through your whole LA Film School career will have a rubric like this. Obviously, things will be different depending on the post, but this is one for an example of a discussion post. I'm just going to go on the exceptional column here. You definitely want to look. So what we're grading on, right, is definitely on this rubric. So if you ever want for yourself saying, does this fit what I need to get an A? Because I know that's what we all want here, A's. Look, for thoroughness and quality in my discussion posts, Is topic understood in depth and convincingly addressed? Are all information presented? Is it clear, thorough, creative, and well supported with several relevant facts, statistics, and or examples? All posts are courteous, respectful, and professional. So you could read that and see that's what we're looking for when we're looking at your post. So definitely read your rubrics, because any question on what should I get for this grade can be answered just by looking on your rubrics and seeing, hey, does my post fulfill this? Does my assignment fulfill these marks? So you'll always know where we're talking about, or when we grade back to you, we'll always refer back to the rubric as well. So definitely make sure you're reading the instructions and you know the rubric, okay? And another great point, start your assignments and research early. Whew, it is very important. So for us and through your LA Film School career, you need to start them early, because what happens is Sunday at 11 o'clock, people start asking questions about the research and everything else. Well, your assignment is due at 11:59, and most likely we're not going to answer you back. Remember, I told us to give us 24 hours, right? To give us 24 hours to answer like any messages that you give us, you call, and most likely we don't have as many office hours on the weekend as we do during the week. So it's always important that you do start early and research early, so we can handle all your questions and really help you succeed in this course, right? So if you do it later at the last minute, you're not gonna like be able to get really our help, and we definitely want to help you, okay? So, but just in case, we always have FAQs in your assignment documents, and under class resources, we always have questions as well. And don't be afraid, right, to ask any questions as you're working. And I know for myself, and I'm sure for everybody else, if you get an assignment to me at least by Thursday, Thursday like morning, I usually will look at it. If you ask me to look at it, I will look at it for you, and I won't grade it for you. But if I see anything or any feedback need change, I will let you know. But that's, again, you got to give it to me early, no later than Thursday, or else I just won't have time to do that. Okay, so definitely. And I know, Jamisha, you're having some problems with your app. Well, you can't hear me right now, so I'm sure if I can get Justin or someone else, they'll help you out on that. Okay, so definitely start your assignments early, research early. We definitely want to help you, okay? But do it early. The earlier, the better, because we can help you, okay? Alrighty, now this is important, because when I say that, oh, you're going to turn in your assignments, it's Sunday at 11:59. Just know when your assignments are due, they're due, right? So afterwards, any late assignments may be submitted up to 3 days late, right? Unless there's an emergency. But each day is late is 10% off the maximum score, right? So we're only going to accept it up to 3 days late. And at that point, it's already 30% off. So if you got 100, you're already at a 70, right? Just for turning it late if you turn it late at the latest day. So as you can see, late assignments can really start hurting you. So make sure to submit it on time, okay? All right, so we definitely want to do that, because we don't want to hit you with that late penalty, as much as I'm sure no one here wants the late penalty as well. And thank you, Andrew and Justin, for helping Jamisha as well. I really do appreciate it as we're going over, okay? So don't be late, but contact us. If you do have a problem or emergency, please contact us. The sooner, the better. The more we know, the better we can help you. Okay, and remember, keep a positive attitude and an open mind during your time in digital literacy. You know, so if you have any questions, send an email or write a message in the LMS. We may have other ways to contact us. It depends on your individual professor. You can Google Hangouts me as well. You can email me, right? You can call me, all the good stuff. We definitely have. But keep a positive attitude, because we're there to help you. So even if you're having a downtime, even if things are going bad, and you just don't know how you pass the course, talk to us. We're here to help you, uplift you, again, because we want you to succeed. All right? So definitely do that as well. And I am so happy to see everyone just giving their suggestions, really coming to help. So thank you as well. So, and one last tip I just want to give you are about your knowledge quizzes. Your knowledge quizzes are open book, all right? And they're based on the read and view activity. Use your readings, please, okay? Like, don't feel like you have to take it without, you know, with just off your knowledge. Use your reading, okay? All right, you can only take it once. It's only once. So if you open it and don't complete it, that's it. That's the grade, whatever's on there. It's automatically graded. Myself or none of your professors, none of us are sitting there and grading it. It grades automatically. So definitely make sure that you have your book open and you're going to sit down and you're going to take it. It is an open book test, and they are due Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. Pacific time as well. Also, here's one thing about your knowledge checks. If you do end up getting something wrong, you have to wait until the following week, so the next Monday, and to see the answers from there. Because I know some people are going to submit it and be like, hey, I got something wrong. I can't see what I got wrong. Just wait the following week, reopen it. It'll show you the wrong answers. That's just so people can't cheat off of each other. But we will give you those answers. Okay. So that's just one thing to say as well. All right. Now for your training sessions are once a week, like you're right here, Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Pacific time. If you can't make it, it's okay. We will archive them. So they'll be in the go-to training info and recordings under the getting started section. And also it will be there for each week. I don't know why my computer likes going crazy. Okay, there we go. It will be there each week. For example, week 1, once this is up, give us about 24 hours after the session is over, and we will upload it to those 2 sections, okay? So they're always there for you as well. Except for week 3. Our week 3 will be earlier, alrighty? That one is the only one which we have earlier during the week, but everything else is usually 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, alrighty? I believe that's at 1 p.m. on week 3. So, and when you register, we send you reminders, you'll know, so it's not gonna get sprung on you, okay? All right. Now, one great thing, and I'm gonna share this definitely with everyone here. What is that? Well, apparently my copy and pasting wants to do something huge, but let's try this again. I'm gonna click on this resource right here for you guys. I'm gonna try to copy and paste it so you guys can follow along if you're there. For some reason, my copying and pasting is going crazy. I swear this doesn't like me today. Okay, nope, it looks good now. Okay, so this is a great site that we like, and it's how to help you succeed as you are an online student, right? So it gives you some things just to know about areas that are very important, such as time management, because that is a huge factor in your online course. You just went over late assignments, right? So it gives you tips on how to master time management, you know, like first determine what time of day you think you'll be most focused on your studies. Are you a morning person, a night person? Again, how to manage your time so you can stay committed, balancing personal obligations. Because this is self-paced, you do have to know how to balance everything, you know, but whether you have a full-time job, fighting traffic, anything, balancing is an important part between your school, professional, and personal life, right? It's your study environment. Do you like, so do you have to, do you have like a room that you go off to, like a computer room? Are you in a well-lit place? Are there distractions around? Do you need distractions? Whatever you need to get yourself forward, you have to think about your study environment. And questions, as an online student, never, ever, ever, ever be afraid to ask questions. Ask as many questions as you need. We're here to answer your questions, right? And last but not least, you get what you give. All the effort you put in tonight, but not only tonight, sorry, for this month, for this course, for your whole career, is what you're gonna get out of it. The least you put in, the least you're gonna get, right? So the more you put in, the more you're gonna get, right? And so online courses, sometimes you need to put a little extra effort sometimes, definitely to get things that you need, okay? So definitely. So, and Justin, again, great. I love all my coworkers and I love all my students. I'm so happy of all of you. You're bringing a tear in my eye. Okay, so just remember that. Check out that resource, but it gives you time management, balancing your personal obligations, your study environment, any questions that you have, and you get what you give. Alrighty, so let's go back to our point here. So definitely, okay. And resources that we have for you, your student advisors, which I showed everyone, definitely where you can find your student advisors. So they are your student advisors throughout your whole career here at LA Film School. So they're not just for digital literacy, they're here the whole time, right? So definitely keep in contact with them, keep up to date with them. If you need anything, they're always there to help you. We have online support, which we went over as well. I keep tapping things and moving on, right? And then definitely, if you do contact online support, let us know that you're having issues and you've contacted them so we can keep up with it as well and kind of know where everything is. Okay, so we do have that. And remember, keep a positive and open mind. We're going to be positive, so just be positive with us. We're never here to fail you because we want you to succeed, and you contact support with any issues you encounter, right? So, okay, now you want to go back? Computers. Okay. Now, before we go into our assignments for the week, are there any questions on what I covered? So I'm not seeing any questions. If you do have them, type them because I am moving on. First thing we want to talk to, we're going to talk today about your discussion, right? So it's your discussion week 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to open up your instructions over here for here we are, for your first discussion post, right? So your job for this first discussion, your objectives, right, is communicate with peers in a professional academic online environment using digital technologies, which is easy because digital technology is our class page. All right, and we're going to become proficient in using weekly discussion boards to share ideas in an online course. So like most every week in your courses, there will be a graded discussion board that you'll be expected to post on. There will be specific topics that prompt you to explore, view, share, and reflect on learning topics related to the course objective. The discussion board is a place to build a community with your colleagues and your instructor in an academic environment to help expand your learning and that of your classmates. So remember that this week, just like any other week, is again the chat with each other in a professional academic environment. You're keeping it professional. You're not using text speak or less formal language that you might use in a non-academic, non-professional environment. So let's get used to professional communications. What we're trying to say there is all of you are here for the same things. You can use these as an opportunity to kind of network because all of you are very creative. All of you very much have goals. That's why you're here. You're here to learn and succeed in something. So definitely learn how to practice the tools and skills that you need to network and talk to people in a professional manner and learn to network with each other. So sharing your knowledge and ideas are so important because you never know where someone may be like on the same page, or I need to talk to Mike, or I need to talk to Jamisha or Mason or Greg. I remember in the discussion board, they said this, and that's something I want to do as well. And you could talk and grow, and you may see some of these same people over and over again as you go in your individual path. So learn how to talk to each other, definitely in a professional manner, and kind of how to network. Use this opportunity to really share that knowledge and network, right? So those are your objectives for the week. So how are we going to accomplish this? That's easy. So with this week's discussion board, we're going to address some of the following questions, whichever inspire you the most. So always remember to read over your instructions because this one says some, others will say all, or some will say a number. So for this one, it's some. So we have questions like, is there anything you're already doing to establish your digital footprint or online identity? What are the goals that have driven you to begin your degree program? How important is it for you to graduate from this degree program and why? How will you stay motivated during weeks that you are very busy, have heavy work or family demands, or don't feel too well? Do you already have any industry experience? If so, tell us about it. Wink, wink, networking. How do you learn best? What are your greatest challenges with learning, if any? What strategies do you plan to utilize to help you overcome challenges? What do you think will be the hardest part of completing your degree? How do you plan to overcome these challenges? What is your plan? Why is it important? And what would you like to know about your classmates? So what we want you to do is whichever one of those questions kind of pop out to you, however many, you do not have to answer them all, just however many you feel that kind of pop out to you that you want to answer, feel free to answer. All right, so your initial post is due Wednesday night, 11:59 p.m. Pacific time. That is tomorrow night at 11:59 p.m. Pacific time. And your second post is due Sunday night. In your second post, you're going to comment and discuss other people's initial posts and discussion style, okay? So what that means is you're going to do a response post. You're going to read someone else's post. You're going to respond to it. But you know what you're not going to do? You're not going to just say, I agree. We're going to go beyond the I agree statements. So not just, oh, that's a great point, I agree. You want to move the conversation forward. You want to give them tips, ideas, or you want to learn more about what they're saying, right? So definitely, so you're going to have your own post where you're going to answer some of these questions, whatever kind of reaches out to you, and then you're going to respond to your classmates as well by Sunday. And we say by Sunday because, as you know, most of you probably have a lot of different things going on, whether it's job, kids, husband, wife, all family, all right? So we definitely want to give time for people to respond back. So everybody has it up Wednesday, but you may have other things going on before you can do response time. So that's why we give you to Sunday. Your initial post is due Wednesday and give enough time for everyone to catch up. Is there a chat room to discuss the topics? Mason is asking. You can discuss. Usually our weekly topics, our discussion posts, and our assignments are usually the same. So you can discuss it on definitely our discussion board, but in your initial post, you definitely want to go over this, but that's what the comments and responses are for. And we also always have the community discussion board. You can also message each other in our class as well. But there is no like a chat room. I hope that answers your question, Mason. Just different avenues and something that you can do. So as you're going through the discussion board, remember I said that thing about the rubric, right? And I actually showed you this one. Definitely. Again, that exceptional column is the only column I'm really worried about because I want you all to be an exceptional. So I'm going to read it. So you worry about that exceptional column and seeing if your response post definitely fits all the need and the exceptional, right? Not response post, your whole post, right? Like logic and analysis. All ideas flow logically. Arguments are identifiable, reasonable, and sound. Many factual facts are given that are relevant to support the student's viewpoint. So it goes beyond just saying, my view is this. Well, why is your view that, right? You need to give me more. You give me more, right? That's exceptional. If you don't, yeah, that may not be exceptional, may need improvement, right? Or not at the college level. So you're going to see that. So definitely read over the rubric. Definitely read what we're doing. And again, this is all instructions we give it to you every time because we're going to be grading off of this for week 1. So take a look, right? And as always, we're going to have FAQs at the end, right? So what we're going to have is frequently asked questions. So I kind of went over this, but the instructor said my first post is due Wednesday, but the closing date is not until Sunday. While there are 2 deadlines, we went over this, to give people time to definitely respond to you. What if I submit my first post after the Wednesday night first post deadline? Again, it's a point deduction for being late. And how many points posts are required during the weekly discussion? Minimum of 2, your initial post and your response post, right? Pretty simple. That's your discussion. That's your discussion assignment. So pretty simple. Any questions on this? All right. So seeing none. All right, so everyone got it? Glad, got it, great, good. So remember, just whatever floats your boat, going good, and we'd love to learn more about you, and so everyone else. Okay, so we're gonna go a little now into personal branding and your assignment for this week, right? So the first thing we're gonna ask, right? Well, the first thing I wanna do is just give you a quick, before we go to personal branding and why we're doing it, is just show you a little quick what we're doing for our assignment, detecting digital footprints, right? So what we need to do besides conducting research using the internet, we need to analyze the digital footprint of an industry professional. We need to evaluate their strengths and weaknesses, right? And we summarize information using a variety of digital technologies. So we need to analyze the digital footprint. And so in the footprint, usually what we're looking for is kind of their branding, right? How their branding size, how they're looking. And so we want to talk about branding a little before we really get into the assignment. So what is personal branding? What do you feel personal branding is? And so this is one where I'm asking you to type for me. And as I know all of you are typing, maybe I should do the Jeopardy. Do, 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 do. All right, so Mike says their name, right? Personal branding, their name, okay. What else? Displaying what you want people to see, Alvin says, great. Andrew, an image created through the actions you do. Nathan, what defines yourself? And Tanika, something created in relation to who a person is. Torn, how to represent yourself. Greg, something that you create to define you or express yourself. What defines the person? Again, Guillermo, your own personal style. Yeah, Rick got on that. He's like, your own style. Okay, good, good. So we're all getting that. And as you're in this business, you definitely just want to know what branding is, right? So Diego says personal branding is one's influence based on their actions, personally naming ourselves with our talents, and you can see all of the universe, marketing yourself. Willie says your fingerprint, good, you're good, good, all of those. What Lucas, what you portray yourself to others, professionally and personally, great. Great. Oh, all of you are so great. I love this. I love this class. I love all you students. You're great. All of you are great. All right. All of you are great. But you are so right. So that's how you would. So as I go through this, you're going to see that all of you already said this, but I got to go through it anyway, right? It's how you would be described professionally and personally, right? Personal branding, by definition, is the process by which we market ourselves to others. Think about how you want to portray yourself professionally in person and translate that to the internet, right? As a brand, we can use the same strategies that make celebrities or corporate brands appeal to various audiences, right? So it's how we market ourselves to other and how we portray ourselves professionally. And how we brand ourselves is different, right? Because we want to appeal to our certain audiences. So all of us out here, definitely as you're shooting creative endeavors, you do have an audience or someone that you want to see, right? So you have to learn what your personal brand is and who you're speaking to. So we have examples like Nike, right? Nike, when they brand themselves, a personal brand, who is Nike for, right? Who is Nike for? Is it the same brand, right, that Steve Madden, right? Do they brand themselves the same? When you see their commercials or advertising targets, are they to the same people? Right? Torrance says Nike's for athletes. And how do we know that? They branded themselves as athletes. Every commercial is people running. Every commercial, someone doing a sport, working out. They branded themselves as the athletic, right? Like athletes use Nike, right? And like if you look at like another shoe company, Steve Madden, Doc Martin, Dolce & Gabbana, something else that does shoes, right? They're not marketing themselves the same way or trying to get the same target audience. Same Ferrari and Honda, right? I used to drive a Honda. My first car was a Honda Civic. I love the Honda Civic. But a Honda Civic is not targeting to the same people Ferrari is. Yes, Guillermo, Nike's for the active person, the person on the move. Yes, that's what Nike branded themselves, right? So Ferrari and Honda brand themselves completely differently. Where Honda even places commercials, what it puts in commercials are very different from how Ferrari does. Everything, their corporation, their brands, their logos, everything, they're trying to appeal to different markets. Steven Spielberg, Mark Zuckerberg, they're both people with both brands. One of the most interesting things that you can see right now that is fascinating is how Mark Zuckerberg, because he's changing his personal brand and the steps that he's taking right now for the may or may not very political runs that he wants to do. But he's actually branding himself differently. So it's very interesting. So you could see that in real time, how he's branding himself differently, how Silicon Valley people brand themselves and how CEOs, everything. It's fascinating. So your brand has some different audiences and what you're trying to say yourself in a professional manner, right? So one thing that we do want to do is we want to get rid of some of these myths of personal branding, right? So myth number one, personal branding is image management. It's different. So your outside external appearance is your image, right? But personal brand is your inside internal attitudes and values, right? So my example of Mark Zuckerberg, right? He's still known for kind of what he wears, and he wears the same things. But that's not his brand that he's really trying to change. So it's not only his image, his outside external appearance. It's the internal attitudes and values and stuff that he holds. That's his branding. That's what he's trying to change. So it's not just image management. It doesn't matter how much you change your outside external experience if your inside internal attitude and values, right, are still the same. So you'll see people, this is their apologies or changing the values of what they do as people. Perfect example, when people usually get in trouble and their brand is like a troublemaker and they all of a sudden get really religious and show like, I'm religious, I've turned now, I've changed my values and my attitudes, right? You see people do that all the time. It's really, because that's your brand. That's who you are on the inside. So you always want to market yourself by being honest about who you are and what you can do, right? So since it's not just image man, it's actually about who you are. You need to be honest. And a brand that is honest, a personal brand that is honest to who you actually are, is a better brand, right? It's just a better brand. It's easier not only to manage, but it's easier for everything. And it's actually who you are, and it shows your attitudes, values, and behavior that people want to see, right? So another myth, yep, your reputation is part of your personal brand. That is true. Another one is personal branding is just about getting a job. It's not just about where you want to work and getting a job. It's a balance between your professional goals and personal values, right? So it's both. So it's definitely just not about getting a job. Your brand is definitely beyond that. It does have goals in mind with your branding and what you're branding to do, but it's also on your personal values, and sometimes you don't want to overstep that for your own brand, right? Just to get a job. So if a job's against your brand, it may not be good for you because that's not your personal values or stuff that you may want to do, or goes with your attitudes and values. So you don't have to do it. So definitely on that. All right. So when you're thinking about personal branding, just remember it's about authenticity. It's extremely important that you define your brand before someone else does it for you, right? Today in the internet age and social media age, like the Kendrick brothers, yep. If you don't define your brand, someone else will. Period. They just will, right? They just will. You need transparency. It's better to be straightforward and honest with your abilities and brand. Oh, we know this too. The internet will call you out in a heartbeat if you are dishonest and against your values. We all know that, right? And being straightforward and honest, always better, right? Being definitely, you have to be authentic. You have to define your own brand, and you got to be transparent. And again, visibility. In today's social media age, if you aren't known, you don't exist. Even a basic presence online can make all the difference. It is so much true. It's kind of there. If you don't exist at all, you don't exist, especially in our fields, right? Visibility is key. So true, Tika. So true. It is so true. Visibility. If you don't have a social media file, you're not there. If you're not on Twitter, if you're not on Facebook, you're not on Instagram, if you're not on anything, you don't kind of exist. How are people supposed to find you? How are they supposed to know that you're there? You'll even see now actresses and actors saying that, oh, I may have got a part because I have a bigger social media following. Like, that's crazy because you're visible, and visibility means something, right? So you have to also be visible with your brand. Even if you're private, you still have to be visible in a sense. People have to know you exist and you're there. Without any of it, then you don't exist. All right? So out of sight, out of mind. Correct. And Guillermo says, push your brand, unique style, and don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Very much true. So what is your reputation online, right? Check your social networking sites often. What brand are you putting out? Remember, 8 million names are run through Google search engine every day. Is your name one of them? Are people looking for you? What are they finding about you, right? And 70 to 90% of employers are using social networks to see what you're posting and what they're finding. So what do you want people to find when they're searching you, right? What do you want them to find? So that's a great question. So you want to make sure to have a good online brand, right? So that's a little about personal branding for you, right? Definitely, because that's for us and what we're looking at when we look for people. Are there any questions about personal branding before I go into the assignment? Yeah, I'm guessing not. Like Mike says, no, because all of you are on top of it. You're so great, so smart. I love every single one of you, really. Great students. All right. So let's look at your assignment. So we went over the objectives a little, and as always, let's go and actually open it up. All right. So Diego says, it's been said that image is everything. Can't things like body language, the way someone carries themselves, affect personal branding? Yes, 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 yes. Because your body language is a form of communication, so it's the way that you communicate. So if you're doing interviews and everything, of course, but let's just say something for Instagram. Let's keep on social media or YouTube. Oh, YouTube. So the way that you're actually portraying yourself on YouTube, on Instagram, with your body language does say everything, right? So you do want to be aware of all that. So it's part of what you wear, you're showing out. Yeah, social media, as Rick said, nowadays social media is considered your brand. It is your branding. Your Instagram, your YouTube channel is everything. So your body language definitely does affect the way that your communication comes off, which definitely for the most part, unless you're doing something really out of the ordinary. For example, if you're standing by, I don't know, a person and your body language is like, I'm about to hit this person every day, and it's a nice person, and you're always in like fighting poses, but you're supposed to be your own personal brand. It's maybe music, not really things that's confrontational or something that's very more wholesome. That could definitely get people like, ugh, what is that person doing, right? like why are they always so different than what they say they are, right? So you do want to worry about your body language as well, because it definitely does communicate something for you. I hope that answers your question, Diego. All righty. So I went over the objectives. Well, let's go over the overview. So we're going to look at a digital footprint or digital dossier as a data trail information about an individual. right? Your detective assignment is to investigate the digital footprint of a selected entertainment industry professional. You're going to report your findings and draw conclusions based on the information you have gathered. You're finally going to consider how those lessons you have learned through this exercise and the other activities this week might help you to manage your own digital footprint to create a positive personal brand for yourself online. Sweet. All right. Why are you not scrolling down? Yeah. So, how we're going to do this. First, we're going to prepare. We're going to select an entertainment industry professional in your chosen field who you are interested in learning more about, or someone whose career success you would like to emulate. So if you're here for graphic design, you're here for directing, you're here for music production, you're here for business and entertainment business management, whichever what you're here for, try to select someone in that field, right? Someone that you want to emulate, someone that you want to be, right? We're gonna, because that's what we want to start thinking about. We want you to start thinking about your careers, right? When you hear and what you want to do. All right. So you want to think about business professionals in the film, television, music, gaming, or other industry that you're in. Avoid selecting a celebrity who's primarily famous as a star rather than a business person. Okay. So if they are not on the business side of things, and just to ask yourself the question, if you go, hey man, is someone, are they also producing tracks? Are they holding business meetings? If they don't do that, right, then they're just not going to fit. So you want to do something who's more of a business person rather than a star. Yeah. So you think, for example, Taylor Swift's footprint didn't start off so good. She's pretty much girl to bounce around. So you're investigating someone. So you're not making, well, you are making ones. But when you pick someone, you want to pick someone who's good. So ask yourself, Tanika, Taylor Swift, does she also work on the, and I know Justin, Justin already said it works. It does work, but I just want you to ask yourself, does she also work on the business side of things? And she does. So, you know, if you're thinking, and I know I usually get, you know, she does, so she works, but I usually get some questions like Eminem, Dr. Dre. Yeah, they all work. They all work. They're also on the producing side. They're also on the business side. They own their own record labels and everything as well. So we want people who, right, are business professionals and not just stars, right? We just want to, not anybody's just stars. All right, and you can see the FAQ section, and we'll go over there for more industry business professionals. So what you're doing is you're conducting a web search, such as Google search, of this person's digital footprint. Also research sources of active digital footprint data, such as social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, social network connections, blog posts, websites, videos, images, or audio uploads. You're going to collect, because we need to report these, screen capture images, links, and other documentation of the digital footprint trail that selected industry professional has left online. We don't need a bio. So for example, if you're picking Taylor Swift, we don't need a bio on Taylor Swift. We're not looking for a biography. You're looking at the digital footprint, right, of them. What's on her Facebook? Does she have LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr? Who are her friends on Twitter? What blog posts does she write? What's written about her? What website she has? What videos does she have when she's talking? What images are around, right? Or audio uploads. That's what you're doing. You're being a detective. We don't need biographies. We need to see what their digital footprint is, right? So this is what you're going to do. Create part one. Report the findings of your investigation. Right. So you're going to answer these questions and back them up, of course, with the things that you prepared. But how does this person's digital footprint represent them as an industry business professional? Is the image presented positive or negative for their career and personal brand? Are there any exceptions? Right. So Taylor Swift, great example. If you're like, oh, it didn't start off so good. Good. That's something that you're putting in your report. Right. Oh, the negative and positive things. You can think about people who've had a positive and negative, probably digital footprint and careers and images people are trying to reach their brands. You have it all there, right? What is happening? Are there any exceptions? Is it mostly positive? Is it negative? What might a potential hiring manager or business partner be impressed with, or what might cause someone to discount this person as a potential business partner? So think about Jared Leto. with the whole Suicide Squad, and people said all disgusting stuff that he sent to them and everything. That's part of his digital footprint. That's what people are saying about him. If I'm a professional hiring manager, I may be like, ooh, do I really want to hire this person and put them on my film? You have to weigh those things, right? So not everything has to be good, right? Some things could be bad. So you're going to explain your findings of everything that you find, and you're going to give examples to illustrate your opinions. So if you're talking about Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, blog posts, YouTube, I need to see links or I need to see screenshots. Illustrate what you're finding. Don't just tell, also show. Tika asks, how do you divide the two? I'm not asking you to divide the two. Like your example of Taylor Swift is fine. So you don't have to divide them. Like I said, I gave the example of Eminem and Dr. Dre, just as long as they're also a business professional, not someone who is just a star. Right? It's not about dividing the two. It's about just not finding someone who's just a celebrity. It's also finding someone who also does, right, the business side as well. Okay? Alberto asks, can I get credits for one of my favorite movies? Look up someone. Again, we're looking for a person. So if one of your favorite movies, look up the person from that movie, right? The actor from that movie. But only, again, if they also do business stuff, right? So a lot of times, not a lot of actors do. So, you know, you want to avoid picking that, right? Okay. Yeah, Nero, it is simple. If they're deceased or still alive, if they are deceased but had a large enough digital footprint, then definitely. Maybe someone like Prince who did not have a lot of it, and personally stayed away from a lot of that wouldn't be good. Even though he did business side as well, he probably wouldn't be good because he doesn't have a massive digital footprint, right? So you just want to take that into consideration. Always have a backup, like have one or two, and as you're doing a search, be like, oh, okay, this person doesn't work. Let me go to my backup as well, someone I know to do that. So you're getting to pick. So pick someone you can, again, find a lot of information on and fits the criteria. And remember, illustrate your examples for us. All right. So part 2 of your assignment is consider, Willie said, so you're basically like the paparazzi. Yeah, a little more, but you're, again, answering these questions, like what potential hiring manager or business partner would be impressed with, what wouldn't they? So yes, you're snooping through all the information. You're being investigator, a detective, but you're asking a little more. All right, but you're asking a little more. So you're being a detective, less of a paparazzi, right? So part 2, consider the role of digital footprints in your own professional life. What have you learned in this week's activities, including this exercise? Determine the steps you take to manage your own digital footprint to create an image that presents you positively and professionally online. Describe the digital footprint and online brand that you wish to portray. List the steps. So we need the steps you take to achieve the goal. So not just, I want one like this. That's not it. What steps are we going to take? Describe what it's going to look like. So we just need more detail. All right. So you can use the format of your choice to present your findings and conclusions, as long as you explain fully and clearly and include visual examples to illustrate your points. Your submission may be in the form of a written document that includes visual images, a slideshow presentation, an audio-visual podcast, or a video. If you'd like to suggest a different format, talk to your instructor and we'll tell you if it's acceptable, right? Include references to cite the sources of the information you have used. Now I'm going to tell you, this is how you cite for us for this one right here. I get it. It's new. All right. So this is all I need. Just a link. You don't have to do anything more. You can just provide a link when you're referencing the resources. Okay. So that's it. Okay. Include your name and student number. Will we have a digital printout of this discussion? Guillermo, no, we won't. Sorry, just to let you know. Okay. You will have the recording, but you won't have a digital printout. Okay. And as always, you're going to include your name and your student number. So in your document, you want to include your name. So my name, my student number. Oh, well, maybe if I can type numbers. 786. Right? That's not an actual student number. Right? Again, your text is right here. Your text and your references. Easy peasy. Right? That's it. That's all we need. All right, you're gonna compress and upload your file, but also name your file, your last name, your first name, your assignment name. If you're wondering how to compress a file, again, we have that under our class resources page, right? I'm gonna preview there. how to screenshot, and how to compress a file. A recording will be in our courses. You're going to see it here under Go-To Training Info and Recordings and Week 1 Digital Literary Go-To Training Sessions, but it will be a YouTube link, so you can watch it mostly from anywhere. Alrighty, so that's how you submit it. Again, look over the rubrics, look over what's exceptional, right? And an FAQ at the bottom as well, just for you. You can use any software to create your finding. How you submit a Google Doc properly, Andrew asks, there's 2 ways. You can export it to a Word document, or you can provide the link to your instructor as well. So either way. Okay, it's a presentation graded for creativity. It's not graded for creativity. You upload your assignment. Again, you can read this so you can know exactly. Of course, if you're asking where you upload your assignment, it's going to be the 1.4 detecting digital footprints, right? It's right there for you. All right, and where do I find research? Again, for this one, you can just use a Google research. And we have professional industry resources for you. So that's your assignment. Can it be pretty? Of course it can be pretty if you wanted to. All right, so that's your assignment for this week. And that's really all I have for you for this week as well. Oops. Right, just remember your assignment is due Sunday, 11:59 p.m. Contact us with any questions. Everything is due then. If you have no questions, I know it's getting close to 10 o'clock. You could definitely leave. Thank you for having me. I'll be here next week also running our session for week 2. But if you still have questions, feel free to ask them here. I will be answering them as well. Okay, towards some scripts ground have foul language in the post. Do you want words blurred out before submitted? Yes. Yeah. So Justin already answered that for you. But yes, that would be helpful. But I understand if it's hard, or if you don't have the technical know-how, just let us know, give us a heads up, and we'll definitely work with you on there as well. But again, thank you so much. And again, this will be uploaded in those sections for you. Give us about 24 hours and they should be there, maybe sooner. So if you need a copy of this recording. But again, if you have no questions, you're done. Have a great night. Thank you so much for being here. Samantha, anything that you like, Microsoft Word, if you just want to write a document, PowerPoint if you want to do a presentation. Google Docs are free, so really, and they can export to PowerPoint and Microsoft Word. Great thing to use. So you can also get Microsoft Word or download it from LA Film as well, because you'd have access to that being a student. But definitely either one for you. So I hope that helps you. So thank you, everyone, as well. Have a great night. Yes,